It's 4:30 on WKYT this morning. City Council officials took a heated discussion over when Lexington's talking about where Lexington City Hall should be. The latest on the Centerpoint site just ahead.
Community members rallying together once more to help out the Richmond Police Department.
And the Wildcats won it big over Georgia. More on UK's crushing win just ahead.
This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning to you. Welcome in. It's good to have you with us here on WKYT. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Rebecca Smith. Let's check out what's happening in the weather department. A little bit of snow out there this morning, Micah.
Yeah, and those snow showers flying around once again this morning, causing a few issues there on the roads. Snow-covered roads in some locations. Got to get into the neighborhoods, got to get into the back roads. But here's what we're looking at across the region. Virtually everybody at least seeing some flakes falling out of the sky. It's not very heavy, but it is healthy enough to actually see some of those snow-covered roads. Temperatures are in the teens. That's another big reason why we're actually seeing that snow on the roads, because it's just so cold outside. So anything that falls, once again, will stick. And you see 18 by the afternoon. It's getting colder. Can we get colder than this? I'm going to have that coming up in a few minutes.
Okay, we'll see you then, and let's get to the news.
Well, an Estill County restaurant has decided to close temporarily as county health officials try to find the source of a salmonella outbreak.
The owner of Eagles Roost Sports Bar and Restaurant in Irvin says the business will be thoroughly cleaned as a precaution. The restaurant's most recent health inspection found 6 violations, including the dishwashing machine not being hot enough and bags of frozen chicken breast being thawed at room temperature. But the inspection does not say that the restaurant is in any way linked to salmonella. The restaurant's owner says he just wants to make sure that it is safe for his customers.
If there's any sign of anything here, I want to clean that up. I want to get rid of it. I don't want anyone to feel uncomfortable about coming in here and eat.
He says he will reopen the restaurant after hearing back from health inspectors.
Well, it has been a debate in Lexington for years. The discussion about the Centerpoint project downtown became heated during a work session of the Urban County Council. It came as council members received a report about possible sites for a new city hall in Lexington. Centerpoint is among one of the options. WKYT's Garrett Weimer has more on the debate.
Consultants say the city's most viable options are at the city's transit center on Vine Street, the Lexington Convention Center site, and
there is a big hole in the middle of downtown, let's be honest.
Consultants say several issues need addressed, but they recommend the city start negotiating with Centerpoint developers.
Obviously, this is a great site. It's a great location. It's right in the center of town, and there are clear benefits from an economic development standpoint of getting Centerpoint as a development kick-started.
There was a lot of debate over whether information that was being released should be, making the work session heated at times.
In our document that is now public, we have the current lease proposal details in defining square footage terms, lease terms, TIs, and all that.
I just don't see where this conversation is furthering any opportunity for the city or the council or the conversation right now. And if there's something to go in closed session, I'm prepared for us to do so. If not, I'm not sure there's any more Q&A that's going to provide anything useful today. Period.
Other council members say they're upset the report simply offers options they already knew about.
I don't think anyone needs to spend $200,000 to be told that Centerpoint is an option, or that the transit center is an option, or the convention center property. I mean, any of us in this room could probably say those are 3 potential sites.
In Lexington, Garrett Weimer, WKYT.
Well, the report also included 2 alternative options. Those included the Lexington Herald Leader site in the downtown block where the library currently is. If you would like to see the full report, we've got it posted on WKYT.com and the WKYT News app.
A federal judge has dismissed a request from the ACLU to order Rowan County Clerk Kim Davis to reissue marriage licenses that she altered to remove her name. Judge David Bunning said Davis is allowing her deputies to issue marriage licenses without her name on them. So as far as he is concerned, she is obeying his order to issue the licenses. The judge also said the altered licenses are valid, so in his opinion, the ACLU's request is moot.
Firefighters plan to release the findings of an investigation into the Bluegrass Stockyards fire later this week. The Lexington Fire Department expects the report to be released sometime tomorrow. The massive fire on January 30th destroyed the stockyards along with some neighboring businesses.
A Wayne County couple is now facing charges following a fight between teenagers. Deputies charged Derek and Katera Dobbs with unlawful transaction with a minor and wanton endangerment. Derek is also charged with assault. Last week, deputies say the couple encouraged Derek's 14-year-old daughter to fight a 16-year-old and even drove her to a parking lot for the fight. They also say Derek Dobbs kicked the 16-year-old during the fight. The 16-year-old's mother says the other girl had bullied her.
The girl proceeded to hit my daughter, being coached by her father.
She says that her daughter suffered serious injuries in the fight.
This spring, a fallen Richmond police officer's name will be added to the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial in Washington, D.C. His friends and fellow police officers want to make sure they're on hand to pay tribute. Officer Daniel Ellis died in November after being shot in the line of duty. Last night, a Richmond restaurant raised money to help Richmond police officers make the trip. WKYT's Monique Blair was in Richmond and spoke with organizers about the fundraiser.
This may look like a typical Tuesday night at Apollo's Pizza in Richmond. But this Tuesday night, the money brought in will be used for something special.
It was something that we didn't hesitate.
Every May, fallen officers are honored at National Police Week in Washington, D.C.
They add numerous names every year.
But this year, one of Richmond's own officers' names, Officer Daniel Neil Ellis, will be added to the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial.
He did his job very well. He had a lot of friends, and that's why anytime that happens, obviously it's going to be an outpouring of grief, but it was particularly acute because of his place in the community.
With the support of the community, Richmond hopes to send as many officers as possible to witness the special honor that will be given to Officer Ellis, who died in November after he was shot while investigating a robbery.
I would want to be there too if it was my department.
Apollo's Pizza gave 20% of their dine-in and carry-out sales, but the giving didn't stop there. Several of their servers also donated some of their tip money. Also, you can see this jar was set out for additional donations to help the officers make that trip.
But I think that's part of how they heal. They know that he's going to be memorialized permanently in the nation's capital and that his passing was not insignificant.
In Richmond, Monique Blair, WKYT.
Well, organizers say the grand total raised during last night's fundraiser was $1,015. The total cost to send the officers to D.C. is $7,500. Several more fundraisers are planned to help reach that goal.
Just hours after the mayor of Shepherdsville resigned, city council members appointed a new one. The council appointed Brian James as the city's new mayor last night. James will replace former mayor Scott Ellis, who resigned after allegations that he traded sex for favors with a convicted felon. City officials say James will serve as the Shepherdsville mayor until an official election can be held next November.
Kentucky lawmakers heard some testimony from a well-known Hollywood actress. Jennifer Garner was in Frankfort yesterday to encourage lawmakers to continue support of Save the Children Foundation. She's on the organization's board of directors. Save the Children helps young children prepare for school and focuses on low-income families. Garner says the organization is seeing results in Kentucky.
I believe so strongly in the work that we do for children, and certainly nowhere is it done more effectively than here in Kentucky. This is the model for the rest of the country.
Well, today Garner will visit students at Manchester Elementary School in Clay County who are being helped through Save the Children.
Well, UK made their victory against Georgia look easy in front of a packed Rupp Arena crowd last night.
Led by outstanding guard play, the Wildcats jumped out to an early lead and didn't look back. At halftime, UK led by double digits. Their scoring efficiency carried over into the second half, where the storyline was no different. The Bulldogs had no chance as UK pushed their lead to more than 30 points in the final minutes of regulation. The Cats have now reached 8 wins in conference play, with the final score being 82-48. Next up for UK, a road matchup against a tough South Carolina team.
All right, many people saying the Cats may be getting it together just at the right time here. Our time is 4:39 on WKYT this morning, and we're just getting started with all the latest news.
Want to make any dish better? Why not add some cheese? Why it's okay, actually, to indulge in this dairy staple in today's Mom's Everyday Minute.
Again, we are looking at the snow out there today, but you know what? It's going to be even colder than what we felt yesterday. We're going to show you those numbers coming up next. snow showers still flying around this morning. We're going to work our way toward the east and southeast and show you the highest reflectivity, meaning the heaviest snow out and about. Remember, none of this is very heavy, but the heaviest is right along Hazard at this moment, moving through, making its way toward Knott County. Pippa Pass is your next in line, and along with work your way into Hindman. Then you go off toward Jenkins and Whitesburg, dealing with some snow showers right across 119 early this morning too. Pine Mountain, that's going to be another issue as you're traveling. Jackson now getting in on that snow. Look, virtually everybody at least seeing some flakes outside. But if you're looking for the heaviest snow, that's where it is. Mountain Parkway, heads up. You could have snow-covered Mountain Parkway. We're going to check out some cams once that sun does rise out there. Work your way back toward the west, going to Frankfort, dealing with a light snow shower. Bluegrass Parkway, 64, still holding on to a few snow showers here and there, and then work your way just south of Shelby County. We'll see that inch its way into Anderson County. Lawrenceburg and Highway 62 heads up. If you work your way through 27, 127, those areas. Look, we had a snow shower overnight here in Lexington, and anything that falls is going to stay there on the roads until throw some ice on it. Temperatures are there in the teens, 17 right now in Lexington. And as I was coming into work, once again, there was a light covering there on the roads in my neighborhood. But when you get off into the main roads are looking pretty good. 18 now in Somerset and Science Hill. You work your way back toward West Liberty and Morgan County. We're still holding on to temperatures in the teens. So we get through hour by hour. I would say most of the snow chance today is during the morning hours. Once we approach the afternoon, it's mainly just a couple of flurries, couple of flakes. It really does calm down big time. And then we head off into the night and into tomorrow morning. 6 degrees tomorrow morning. Get ready for that, all right? Then we head off through the day there on Thursday. Thursday, I'm not seeing much of a chance of snow outside. There's a small chance, but that's about it. It's really about the temperatures on Thursday. So Thursday, we'll actually get a break, and then we head toward Friday. Watch this. Another batch of snow rolling on through. And that's going to be one of those that could cause some problems there on Friday, too. Let's talk about your weekend forecast and what it looks like on your 7-day. And look, the 7-day is still jam-packed with snow chances. However, like I was talking about the past couple of days, we do have 2 breaks. We call them breaks. There's still a small chance, but at least we won't see most of us seeing snow Thursday, Saturday. Other than that, we still have those snow chances. Something to watch out for is Monday. Monday's, if it really stays with the cold air and doesn't increase, it's one of those that's going to be coming in from the south. That's going to be something to watch for. But a lot of times those systems coming in from the south not only gives us big snows, it can either give us that or it can bring us warmer air. That's something we'll have to really kind of watch and see how it turns out.
We'll see.
And no high on there above freezing. Notice that much.
Absolutely.
Cold spell, thank you. 4:45 on WKYT. You don't always have to pass on the cheese.
I never do. In today's Mom's Everyday Minute, why the dairy staple is good for you.
Cover anything with hot melted cheese and you are sure to please many palates. But is the dairy staple good for you? Well, according to Best Food Facts, there are a host of important nutrients in cheese. Cheese is a good source of protein as well as calcium, zinc, and vitamin A. These nutrients can help build and maintain healthy bones and muscles. Looking for a lower sodium option? Best Food Facts recommends Swiss, Monterey Jack, ricotta, or Parmesan. Lower calorie varieties include Parmesan, Romano, and part skim mozzarella. You can also find low fat cottage cheddar, Swiss, Colby provolone, and American cheeses. And for the most calcium intake, look for Swiss, cheddar, ricotta, mozzarella, Monterey Jack, Gouda, or Colby. Cheese can be high in fat, so with all good things, work it into your diet in moderation. For more tips to make mom's life easier, visit momseveryday.com.
For these tips and more, go to WKYT.com. Click on Moms Every Day.
All the latest news and weather there as well. We have more than 70 school closings this morning, so you can check out that complete list. Great to have you with us. WKYT this morning on the air on your Wednesday.
It was a big night for Donald Trump and Bernie Sanders. Highlights from the New Hampshire primary just ahead. Well, Welcome back. It is 10 minutes right now before the top of the hour. Exit poll results from the New Hampshire primary showed deep discontent with the Republican Party and the federal government. The candidate who railed hardest on those topics, Donald Trump, just soared up to victory.
That's on the Republican side, and on the Democratic side, voters said they are worried about an economy favoring the wealthy, a topic that Bernie Sanders has been pushing hard. As Sanders and Trump celebrate their wins, other candidates are contemplating their next moves. Mary Maloney has highlights from primary night.
Thank you, New Hampshire.
Bernie Sanders and Donald Trump are the New Hampshire primary winners.
We are going to make America great again.
After coming in second in the Iowa caucuses, Trump's win is a validation of his appeal.
We are going to do something so good and so fast and so strong, and the world is going to respect us again, believe me.
John Kasich finished second, leaving Republican establishment candidates like Chris Christie and Jeb Bush looking to regroup.
This campaign is not dead.
Nearly half of all Republican voters interviewed after voting said they didn't make a final decision until the last few days, and 2/3 said the recent debates were important in making up their minds. On the Democratic side, nearly 75% of voters telling pollsters they're worried about the economy, and nearly 90% saying the economy favored the wealthy.
The government of our great country belongs to all of the people and not just a handful of wealthy campaign contributors and their super PACs.
The Clinton campaign conceded this primary.
I don't know what we'd have done tonight if we'd actually won.
And said it is looking ahead to March.
Now we take this campaign to the entire country.
I'm Mary Maloney reporting.
The U.S. Supreme Court has decided to put President Barack Obama's Clean Power Plan on hold until some legal challenges can be resolved. The plan calls for reducing carbon dioxide emissions at existing power plants by about 1/3 by 2030. But more than 24 states, including Kentucky, filed lawsuits to stop it. Much of the plan calls for dramatic reductions in the use of coal, which many Kentucky lawmakers said would kill jobs. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell of Kentucky said he applauds the decision. Governor Matt Bevin called it, quote, a huge win in the fight against Obama's disastrous Clean Power Plan. In a statement, the White House said the president's confident the plan will prevail on its merits. Appellate arguments will begin in June.
Players for the Detroit Pistons had the night off last night, but they didn't spend it at home. 2 players spent the day in Flint, giving the National Guard a break from passing out bottled water. Anthony Tolliver and Reggie Jackson visited fire stations throughout the city to meet with people and even purchase dinner from Luigi's for the National Guard. It's just part of the support that the team has been showing the city over the last several weeks.
That's what community is all about. It's you definitely need community whenever things are good, but you really need community whenever things are going bad and whenever things happen that are bad. So, you kind of find out the character of people whenever bad things happen.
Dozens of NBA players have contributed to the relief efforts in Flint. The Players Union is expected to announce additional support from the league in the coming weeks. So the NBA is stepping up, it looks like, in that horrible situation up there. Time this morning is 4:53. Coming up next, a look at some of the stories we're working on for you this morning.
Also have another look at your morning forecast.
Hey, good morning. Welcome back into WKYT this morning. It's Wednesday, February 10th, and it is almost 4:57.
Let's take a look right now at some of the stories we're working on for you this morning.
Coming up, more on the discussion about Lexington's plans for a new city hall. We'll take a closer look at why things got heated between city council members over the Center Point site. We'll have that story and more just ahead in a brand new hour of WKYT this morning.
Let's get a look at weather and see what's happening right now.
Yeah, we still have that winter weather advisory until 10 a.m. this morning. The reason why it's till 10 a.m. is because most of the snow that we're going to be seeing today is during the first half of your day. Once we get past noontime, things really start to fade away. Only a small chance later on this afternoon. But everybody in effect until 10 a.m. So yeah, light snow continues to funnel on in, especially for the east and back toward the west. What you're seeing here is most of this really rolling through is very light snow, but it's just enough to cover those roads, just enough. It's 16 degrees right now in Lexington, and that goes for London, Corbin area. Make your way into Rockcastle, same story, just a different location. We're going to talk about these temperatures. This actually gets a little bit colder. I'll show you that coming up with another 2 hours. WKYT News.